I had to go get Stella some antibiotics now. They called and she has UTI along with her other stuff. And it's probably because of her weight, they said. Because if you're too fat, then it makes like a fold. I'm pretty sure they used vulva and labia and stuff. But they said that it covers over it and then, you know, bacteria and stuff. So she has to really lose weight. It's really giving her health problems. Plus with her joints and her arthritis and stuff. But the anal gland thing, her hips, her UTI, all that stuff. So she's still so whiny. Oh my God, I don't get it. While we were gone, she was whiny, but I thought it was because she wanted to go home. And then we get home and then she just will not stop whining. I'm sure she'll be in before I finish. And then once I got home, then get in this huge argument with one of my daughters. And, you know, I think I'd been thinking about this before. I don't know. I have so many things going on in my head. So many. Oh my gosh. So many things that I keep getting shown. But on this one, you know, when I've talked about my one granddaughter, you know, and the indoctrination and bullshit at school. And, you know, she shaved her head and she told me that she likes, she told me she liked girls. But then when I was just there, she told me now, she said that she is a lesbian. And I said something like, well, why? Do you want to marry a girl? And I don't remember what I think she just, you know, did like a, well, you know, boys are mean. Boys always say mean things, or they're not nice to me and stuff like that. So I said, well, you know, you don't have to decide that stuff at 10. You've got all your life ahead of you. Boys are going to be nicer later in your life. I mean, they're not that great in this grade. So that doesn't mean that's the way they're always going to be. You don't have to decide like you don't like them. You know, you don't know what the future is. And oh my gosh, that turned into, turned into an ordeal as usual. But that's the thing. And when you're living in these two separate realities, like when I can see the agenda that's going on, that what they're trying to do with the transhumanism and just, you know, make families be obsolete, make everybody know, you know, you shouldn't have, you pick your gender, you know, you shouldn't have, and then your sexuality is all, you know, it's just all hairy-carry, it's just all out there, you know, none of it matters because you don't procreate or create families or anything like that, because you're going to have kids in a lab that they're just going to, you know, take the best specimens, take their DNA and create other ones. And, but when you're trying to talk to somebody who's living in the Matrix, you know, it is totally that habitat. They're in the freaking narrow-minded trail, just whatever they're shown, that's the reality. Once you can see outside of it and see behind the curtain, you can't play along. It's impossible. You just can't play along. I just can't. No matter, they keep on thinking it's my beliefs. Just put your beliefs aside. Let's just have a real conversation. These aren't my beliefs, you guys. This is real life. It's like, fuck, you gotta see. So, I was just so fed up. I was ready to sell my house and move to Costa Rica. I was like, fuck this. You know, I mean, I keep getting told by my kids about their sisters, you know, family doesn't have to be the family you're born with. You can just go make your own family. Family is outside, you know, all this stuff. I was like, well, fuck, if that's the way it is. Who cares if they came out of my vagina? You know, I don't really have much to do with it after that. You know, they didn't even need me to raise them. I think all they needed was a university. That's good. So, anyways, I was just, I pretty much lost my fucking mind. And I was like, you know, you guys have got to start seeing, you got to start questioning shit. Like, this is getting to be ridiculous. You know, this is dragging on and on and on to wake people up. But it's like, come on, you guys, really question some shit. Question something in your goddamn life. All you got to do is question something, and you start seeing the truth. And you start realizing that this is all an illusion. It's all created by specimens that are beings that are far beyond, you know, us technology. We are cattle to them. They look at us like we look at cows. You know, they're just, how do you look at a cow? You know, you tell me, because that's how they look at us. And, you know, people have got to start seeing the whole corporate America, all corporate, all of it, globally. That's all of these controllers. They have run the world, but they've also ruined everything that anybody ever created. They just would destroy it with their corporate greed. And, you know, people have just got to start seeing who's really running the show, so that we can break free, you know. That's how we break free from them. And all of these structures and these paradigms are all breaking and falling apart, you know, all of them, religion, all of them, politics, all of that stuff. And, you know, I don't even know, really. I mean, do any of us, I mean, based on a history of humans before the corporate involvement, I would say that we naturally, we want to live in smaller groups. We want to be in groups, and we want to work together and have our part and play a part. And, you know, I mean, there's all these different kind of community living, communes and tribes and all that stuff that people naturally tend to go to if they're trying to break away from societal norms. So I believe that that is our real desire, our real way that we want to live on this planet. And so I think that there is going to still be relationships, like marriages and stuff like that, where people get together and raise kids. But, you know, the whole thing about marriage licenses and stuff, that was all, you know, their stuff. I mean, why? I think, you know, back before government and stuff got involved, didn't they just go out and like, here, let's wrap a ribbon around our hands and we'll go out and do a ceremony with our friends and we're married. That's it. We're a couple now. And then, you know, corporate has to get in, and then they got to get money for licenses. They got to get money for this and that. Oh, but they'll do you a favor. They'll give you a little extra off on your taxes. Just go ahead and do this. But it's just another way for them just to get their fucking claws into our... she's crying at the door. Do you want to come in? Come on, Stella, hurry up. I'm busy. Okay, I'm going to shut the door. I'm going to shut it. If you want to come, you better come on right now. Sometimes she's such a bitch. I don't even know why she comes to the door, and then she'll go to one side of the porch or the other, and she'll just stand there like she wants to show me something. Like, come on, Mom, let's go out. Look, I want to show you something. It's still kind of crappy out. I did take her when I went to go pick up her medicine. I did take her on a walk out there, and she just wanted to graze. I think she's part cow. That's probably part of the problem. She just wanted to graze through the whole little, I don't know what it was, open field with all this new grass growing. And anyways, back to what I was talking about. The structures and shit I've got do all, you know, they're all, you know, falling. And, you know, it's the more you hold on to something, you know, if politics is so important to you, being a Republican is so important to you, being a Democrat, you know, being a good Christian, any of these things that you just have to hold on to, that's what's real. That's what makes my, you know, that's what makes me tick or whatever. All those are crumbling because they're all a manufactured structure. They're not real. And they're all created to control you. So as they're all, you know, falling, you know, if it's going to have to be ripped out of your hand, you know, you got to let go. You got to learn how to rebuild. You got to learn how to look inside, because God's not out there. He's not, you know, just out there. God's in here. If you need to figure out, you got to go inside. Everything you need is inside of you. And you have to look. You have to wake up to the truth. You have to look for it. And you can't go through third parties, and you know, you can't be a glutton and you know, just the glutton thing is really stuck on my mind because of the corporate greed and you know, the religion taking these kinds of ideas like tithing. I don't know that much about the Bible, but I know I keep hearing a lot of people talking about, oh, they're a good Christian, they would tithe and stuff like that. And as far as I understand about humanity, it is not just, you know, here, I'm going to go give 10% of my money because that's what I have to do. It's not about that. It's about when you have plenty, to not just, you know, stockpile, to also share and create abundance for others, to, you know, don't live in fear. Like, I've got to hold on to every cent, you know, you put it out there, you share it, you help somebody else if they need help. So then, you know, it all comes back to you. That's how I take it. A lot of other things, people take them as very literal and, you know, just like angels with wings flying around us and devils flying around spaceships and shit. You know, really, they're just other beings and other species. And, you know, but everybody's got an energetic source that is, you know, I mean, everything, trees, grass, the water, everything has an energetic source. So these beings are, you know, whether they are a low vibration or high vibration or, you know, I mean, and that's partly of us judging good and bad and stuff. I think you should never try and go over somebody else. Like, you shouldn't think that you have more say over their life or something. That that is when I think you cross like the energetic line, like manipulating somebody or anything. And it's all based on intent and stuff, and how you treat people and how you look at others and how you give respect. So, you know, that is hold on, now she's crying again. Oh my God, Stella, are you gonna come in? Hurry up, come on. Oh, she's having such an attitude. Maybe she feels like shit with her UTI, and I don't even know what they do when they do that gland thing. Maybe it's very personal, or what is that? I have it stuck in my head and I can't think of it. But maybe they was just really intrusive. Like, I don't know, maybe they stuck their fingers up there. I have no idea how you do it. She definitely seems like she feels invaded or something. Poor girl. Shouldn't laugh about it. It's rude. Like, how do we think that we can just, you know, step on some animal's toes like that? That's like, you know, really us getting out of our lane too. Just to think that we can just take animals in our house and domesticate them, make them be what we want them to be. And then plus, so many people abuse them. Ugh, God. So, anyways, back to my rambling about the control of the, and, you know, and besides the fact that the Luciferians who are running the world, like all these people who are so deep in their brainwash right now, all the ones I know, you know, I don't know about everybody else, but all the ones I know are very science. They think of everything very, you know, logical, or, you know, they don't get in touch with their feelings. They don't get in touch. They don't even believe there is a God. They don't believe that you have a soul. They just believe that you die and you just cease to exist. And it's just so weird to me when it's such a hard concept for me to even wrap my head around, that people could be that ignorant. It just is really, I don't mean to be mean or anything, but yeah, it's just weird. So, but that's what all these people seem to be like. They're just not in touch with themselves, even when they feel like they're in touch with themselves or in touch with nature or in touch with others. It's just like, yeah, but you don't even know, like, there's something in you that's on. Like, I mean, that's like so far, I mean, all of the stuff that's going on out here, and the communication, and yeah, they don't even know about any of that stuff. And you try and tell them, they think you're completely insane. But they're the ones who are being the most tricked right now into thinking that that's all they are, because then these beings can, you know, get you to give up your soul, put it in something else, put it in a better model or something, so that you, just like they sell everything, it'll be so much better. Everything will be so much better. Just do that. It's all just walking into a trap. It's like a mouse trap, the little house ones, you know, and you have like little lights. Oh, it's so much better. There's like food in here. There's everything, housing. A little mouse goes in there and gets killed. That's basically what they're doing to people who walk into the trap. And there's so many. They don't even know what is going on with the agenda, the transhumanism, I keep wanting to say the one word, but I keep forgetting what it is. It starts with an E. Eugenic. The eugenic people, you know, that want to just kill off most of the population and just keep them and all the resources for themselves and their families. But they got to keep a few slaves, because they're not going to do the fucking menial work. You know, they need some people to go out and work and give them the money so they can buy jets and shit. Oh, I just be so glad when everybody understands what's going on. It's completely crazy when you try and have conversations with people and they just are clueless. They don't have no idea. And they want to have a conversation about something that isn't real. God, it's so nutty. But anyways, I really, I think that kids in school should not be getting taught anything about the self-doubt. The school structures just got to go. It's got to go. It's created to indoctrinate. So I don't even know how you could restructure it. It really just needs to go to a co-ed education or co-op education, where parents are involved, kids are involved. There's a lot more of, you know, actually training kids how to survive in the world, not just have them sit in a class and be babysat by a bunch of fucking weirdos, and indoctrinating them with a bunch of bullshit agenda and propaganda. Yeah, because, you know, like my granddaughter, well, it's also her gonna be stepsister, feels the exact same way, and the other girl who, I don't know, somebody wants to have a relationship with, but she's not even sure which she is. It's like, okay, all these little kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, just I'm sorry, I've lived long enough to know that that's some bullshit. That's being taught something. That is not a natural occurrence. And then to try and argue with people and say, you know, try and explain to them why it's not a natural occurrence. You know, we done just all of a sudden we got all these autistic kids. All of a sudden we got all these trans kids. And nobody even questions it. No, that's just, you know, that's just the way it is now. That's life. No, you guys. Oh my God. So irritating. So irritating. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait until we are past this part. At least into the next part. I don't know what the next part is, but it's got to be better than this part. Maybe it's going to be the cleanup when all these structure. No, there's going to still be another bit between. Because now it's all of it is purging and collapsing and falling apart. And people are having to see it. They're having to feel the pain of the things they hold on to. They're having to look at things. They're having to go inside. But the people who are the most, you know, they're the ones who are the most cut off. They're the most, you know, they just focus on work. And, you know, this paradigm structure that was created of what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, how you're supposed to do it, what you should wear when you're doing it. It's like, fuck. I had an argument with my husband at the time when my kids were little. And we moved from Southern California up all the way up to Washington State. So way up, you know, to fucking cold weather. And they would go, I think we had been there a year. Seems like this would have been the second winter, not the first one. But anyways, one of my daughters would go out wearing sandals in the snow, and my husband at the time would blame me. You know, I needed to police them. I needed to make sure that she wore the right shoes, blah, blah, blah. And I came from the idea of like, well, she can wear what shoes she wants. When she goes out there, she's going to figure it out for herself. This isn't something I have to teach her. She's got to get something going in there. You got to get outside and feel like, oh, this is cold. Maybe some socks, maybe some boots might be a little bit better. But I'm not, yeah, I don't really go with the policing and controlling idea. I think that you got to tell your kids no. You know, but on something like that, for your shoes, and I've got all these other kids to take care of at the same time, and I'm going to run around making sure that she's put the right shoes on. Well, she needs to learn how to think for herself, so she probably better, you know, put that one on her. But, yeah, some people are just like, they want to control everything, hold everything together. There's just so many people out there that are just living in such fear, you know, I just got to hold on so tight to all these things, and they got to control everything. It's all got to be this certain way. And, you know, I say, like, right now, you just got to get on that raft and just ride the current, ride the waves. And right now, it's pretty much, I think, how do they do those? They do it by number, but I don't remember, like a 3 or 2 when you're going down the rapids. I don't remember. It's not like a zone 1 or 2 or some kind of word like. But yeah, we're on some pretty strong ones, like 3s and 4s. Like you need to buckle up during all this time. But, you know, just ride the water. Just go with the flow. And, you know, we're going to end up in a good place. We're going to port in a dock in a good spot. It's just that this is going to be rough for a while, but really that's what you just got to do. Ride the water, go with the flow, and don't try and fight the current. And, you know, process whatever triggers you, you know. This is all about your growth. This is all about humans becoming to their fullest potential. And, you know, it's very exciting. Some of the stuff that people are going to be going through, I've already gone through it, but I got triggered by some other more serious incidences in my life, you know, brain injury and losing everything and stuff like that. So, you know, this is what's going to get other people to wake up. So anyways, that's my advice. Just ride the wave. And I really feel like I've just been all over the place as usual. I don't even know why. I shouldn't have to say. I shouldn't have to. Should you lean over? Maybe it's the scoliosis. Ugh. I don't. It's hard to sit up really straight. Then I go way above the thing. Okay. Well, have a great day, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.